high above Earth, beyond the clouds, and even beyond the moon, something truly unusual was happening. The stars were flickering, not in their usual random way, but gently, as if they were trying to speak, to whisper a secret across the void. Down on the ground, on a quiet hill, just outside a small town, lived two siblings, Luna and Erin. Luna had always been in love with the night sky. She was a dreamer who believed every single star held a story, a tiny piece of a grand cosmic fairy tale. Her brother Erin was the opposite. He loved science, facts, and the comfort of logical answers. For him, the universe was a giant, fascinating puzzle waiting to be solved with equations and observations. That night, as they sat under the velvet canopy of space, Luna suddenly gasped and pointed at the sky. "Erin, do you see that?" Erin looked up, his scientific mind ready to explain the phenomenon. But this was different. One star, just one, shimmered far brighter than all the others. Then it dimmed, and then it brightened again, pulsing like a gentle heartbeat. A moment later, a soft, glowing wave rippled across the entire sky, like a cosmic ripple spreading across a still, dark pond. It was then that the stars began to whisper. A warm, calm voice, not loud but everywhere at once, echoed gently in the air. "Do not be afraid." In front of them, a small, floating light materialized. It was round, soft, and glowed with the gentle light of captured stardust. It had a comforting presence, ancient and kind. "I am Echo, the messenger of the cosmos," it said, its voice the same one they had heard in the air. "Something important is happening." Echo explained that a cosmic harmony shift was taking place, an incredibly rare event that happens only once every 1,000 years. During this special time, the universe itself listens. It leans in to hear the hopes and dreams that live in the hearts of children. But something has gone wrong, Echo continued, its light dimming slightly with concern. The stars are losing their rhythm. The harmony is fading. Luna and Erin looked at each other, their eyes wide with a mix of awe and worry. They were just two kids from a small town. What could they possibly do? "What can we do?" Luna asked, her voice barely a whisper. Echo's light brightened into what felt like a smile. "The universe needs 3 things to find its balance again: kindness, curiosity, and courage." Before they could even process what that meant, the world around them dissolved. They weren't on their familiar hill anymore. They were suddenly transported to a quiet, silent planet. The ground beneath their feet was soft, and the air was still. All around them were tiny, star-like creatures, but they looked dim and tired, their lights barely flickering. "They have forgotten how to help one another," Echo explained softly. "Their lights fade when they are alone." Without a second thought, Luna knelt and gently helped a small, slumped creature stand on its feet. Its light flickered a little brighter. Erin, seeing another one shivering, took off his warm jacket and carefully draped it over the small being. Slowly, a chain reaction started. Inspired by their simple acts, the creatures began helping each other. One would lift another that had fallen. Another would share a piece of glowing fruit. They started to gather, their lights combining, their silence replaced by soft, happy chirps. The entire planet began to glow, bathed in a warm, unified light. Their first test was complete. Just as the planet reached its brightest, the scene shifted again. Now they were floating inside a swirling, magnificent nebula. It was a kaleidoscope of vibrant colors, filled with floating symbols and patterns that danced around them like cosmic fireflies. It was beautiful, but also overwhelming. To pass this test, Echo's voice echoed through the cosmic dust. "You must ask questions." Erin's eyes lit up. This was his world. He forgot his fear and let his mind race. Why do stars explode? How are galaxies born? What makes light travel at the speed it does? Is time the same everywhere in the universe? With each question he asked, the nebula seemed to react. It swirled faster, its colors growing deeper and more brilliant. The floating symbols pulsed with energy, as if answering him in a language beyond words. Then Luna added her own kind of question. What dreams do stars have? Do they ever feel lonely? At her question, a different kind of magic happened. The nebula burst into a breathtaking display of beautiful soft colors, pinks, purples and golds that felt like pure joy. They had passed the second test. Finally, they were transported one last time. This time, there was nothing. They stood on an invisible floor before a vast, dark silence. It was a space where no stars existed, a complete and total void. The emptiness was terrifying. It felt cold and final. "You must step forward," Echo said softly, its own light seeming small in the immense darkness. Fear gripped them both. It's one thing to be brave when you can see what's ahead, but another entirely to step into absolute nothingness. Luna's hand trembled, and she reached for Erin's. He squeezed it tightly. Together, they looked into the void, took a deep breath, and took one single step forward. And with that one act of courage, light returned. A single star appeared, then another and another, until the void was filled with a familiar, beautiful field. The universe seemed to take a deep, collective breath, and the silence was replaced by a gentle cosmic hum. The harmony was restored. Just like that, they were back on their hill. The cool night air felt familiar, the scent of pine and damp earth grounding them. Above, the sky shimmered peacefully, the stars twinkling with a calm, steady light. Echo floated before them one last time, its glow brighter and more peaceful than ever. "You did it," it said. "You reminded the universe of its balance. You reminded the stars how to sing." Before disappearing in a final, gentle pulse of light, Echo whispered one last secret to them. Whenever children care, wonder, and act bravely, the stars listen. They always listen. Luna smiled, a deep, contented smile that reached her eyes. Erin looked up at the sky, not just as a scientist anymore, but with a new sense of wonder. "You know," he said, looking over at his sister, Maybe science and magic are closer than we think, and high above them, the stars twinkled calm, steady and whole again, whispering their thanks across the cosmos. If you enjoyed this gentle cosmic story, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us create more meaningful stories filled with wonder, kindness, and imagination. And if you have a story idea, a cosmic event, or a character you'd love to see brought to life, please share it in the comments below. We'd be thrilled to hear from you and maybe, just maybe, turn your ideas into our next adventure. Thanks for watching.